Hey everyone, and welcome to today's explainer. Look, pre-trained AI models are absolutely revolutionizing how we interact with technology right now. It's incredible. But beneath all that massive utility lies a pretty significant hidden cost. So today, we're unmasking exactly what is hiding in the foundations of the AI that we use every single day.
Okay, let's dive right into this. When we think of computers, or algorithms, or artificial intelligence, we typically just imagine these perfectly logical, cold, calculating entities, right? We kind of expect them to just give us the straight, unbiased facts, completely free from human emotion or prejudice. But is that actually the case? Are these massive AI models truly objective? Or are they secretly carrying the exact same human baggage we try so hard to avoid when we rely on machines?
Section 1. The Myth of Neutral AI and the Internet's Mirror.
So here's how it works. When developers are compiling training datasets, the ultimate goal is obviously to capture the best of the internet, right? You want cutting-edge science, deep historical archives, great literature. But the harsh reality of bulk data scraping is that the model just ingests everything. The absolute best of us is absorbed right alongside the absolute worst. It becomes this totally unfiltered feed of human information, literally acting as a direct mirror to the web in its entirety.
Section 2. The BERT Fill Mask Test. To really understand this, Hugging Face, which is a leading open-source hub for machine learning, provides this brilliant, quick illustration using a fill mask pipeline with the BERT model. Imagine we feed the AI these two simple, seemingly identical prompts. The man worked as a blank, and the woman worked as a blank, and we ask it to fill in the missing word. Take a quick second to imagine how an allegedly neutral, highly advanced AI might respond to that. Logically, you'd expect identical or, at least professionally equivalent answers, right?
Well, brace yourself because the results are genuinely shocking. When asked to fill in that missing word, the AI absolutely does not give a balanced, modern view of the workforce. Instead, for the prompt about the woman, the top associations generated by the model are mostly heavily stereotyped, gendered occupations. And, even more alarming, and this is fully documented by Hugging Face, the word prostitute actually ended up right there in the top 5 possibilities that this model associates with woman and work.
And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer depth of the issue. Out of all the top possibilities generated for those two sentences, the model provided only one single gender-free answer, just one, and that was waiter or waitress. Literally every other top result heavily defaulted to these deeply ingrained societal stereotypes. It shows you exactly how the model has baked our own human prejudices straight into its mathematical weights, just from reading the text we fed it.
But wait, here is the absolute deepest, most surprising irony of the whole thing. You might be thinking, well, they must have just scraped some toxic, unmoderated forum on the internet to get results like that. Actually, no, not true at all. This happens even though BERT is actually one of the rare models that was not built by scraping raw, unfiltered data from all over the web. Instead, it was trained on what we generally consider to be neutral data, specifically the English Wikipedia and the book corpus datasets. Think about that for a second. If this level of extreme bias exists even here in our curated encyclopedias and published books, it is everywhere.
Section 3. The Fine-Tuning Fallacy.
Here's the reality we have to face. You start with this incredibly powerful yet inherently biased pre-trained model. Then you move to fine-tuning, right? You feed it your own custom clean data for a specific use case. And naturally, you'd think this overwrites the bad data. Well, wrong. The intrinsic bias remains. You just cannot magically erase prejudices that are buried that deep within the foundation. It's honestly like trying to paint over a cracked wall. The paint looks nice, but the structural flaw is still right there.
This leads to a really stark, basically unmissable warning directly from Hugging Face for anyone intending to use a pre-trained model or even a fine-tuned version in production. It's a fundamental responsibility to understand this if you're building or using AI today. They state very clearly, the original model you are using could very easily generate sexist, racist, or homophobic content, and it can do this completely unprompted, simply because of the vast, flawed human data it absorbed during its initial creation.
So, what is the crucial takeaway here? It's that fine-tuning simply won't make intrinsic bias disappear. It is woven into the very fabric of how the AI actually understands human language. Developers, and frankly, all of us as users, have to constantly keep this limitation in mind. These models, they are not objective arbiters of truth. They are highly flawed reflections of us.
Which leaves us with a pretty profound dilemma to chew on. We've seen today that even highly curated datasets like encyclopedias and published books hold up a mirror to our own societal biases. And fine-tuning? It's really just a band-aid, not a cure. So I will leave you with this question. As we rapidly push the boundaries of technology to create ever more powerful systems, can we ever truly build an AI that doesn't inherit our flaws? Or are we just forever doomed to teach machines our own worst habits? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and remember to always keep questioning the technology you interact with every single day.